Okay guys, what's up? I'm back with a Raw review and a WWE 12 online gameplay in the background. So I hope you enjoy. And let's get it on. Let's start it off. First off, we had Mick Foley being introduced by Justin Roberts, and he was talking about how he wants to be in the Royal Rumble because he wants to impress his two new little kids, Mickey and Huey or some rubbish like that. I thought it was a good promo until Dolph Ziggler came out and showed him up. Now this Raw had 3 good promos cut by 3 different people, and one of them was Dolph Ziggler. Now I don't want to repeat what Dolph Ziggler said because I know I can't remember all of it, but he's basically said that Mick Foley wouldn't have a chance of winning the Royal Rumble, and he doesn't want him to go into the Royal Rumble. Now Dolph continues to rant about Mick Foley not winning the Royal Rumble and not deserving to be in the Royal Rumble, but CM Punk comes out and cuts a promo. Punk takes Mick Foley's side, and then he starts talking about Vicky Guerrero being fat, but then John Laurinaitis interrupts. Now I don't know if my mind's gone blank or John Laurinaitis didn't say anything important, but I can't remember anything he said on stage. But all up, I thought it was a good show to start with. Dolph Ziggler, CM Punk, and John Laurinaitis. But next we had Air Boom versus Primo and Epico for the WWE Tag Team Champions. Now this was a good match, but I was too busy concentrating on my iPad too. I couldn't be bothered with the whole entire match, so let's skip that. But wait, there's more. After watching Raw, I have learned that there was a reason for Air Boom to change the titles at a previous house show. Now at a Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne, who do you think violated the WWE wellness policy for the second time? Evan Bourne. Yes. Bingo. Now that that's been taken care of, let's move on to the next match. Zack Ryder versus Jack Swagger. Now Zack Ryder was injured from last week's Kane assault, but that didn't stop Jack Swagger from capitalizing, and he is your new WWE United States Champion. Now after the match, he was concerned about Zack Ryder and his injuries from last week. While Zack Ryder was getting treated by the doctors, John Laurinaitis comes in and tells Zack Ryder he read the letter. The doctors told him he couldn't compete, but Zack Ryder has already lost the United States Champion. Now I must remind you, this is not in order. So let's say the next match was... Actually, let's back up a sec. John Laurinaitis books a 6-man tag between the team of Mark Henry, David Otunga, and Dolph Ziggler versus the team of Chris Jericho, Daniel Bryan, and CM Punk. Now R-Truth makes his way down the ring, and before he starts talking, Wade Barrett comes out and does a promo. Now once again, I wasn't listening, but I heard what R-Truth had to say. Now while R-Truth starts talking, the crowd chants, "What?" And then R-Truth goes, "Don't what me?" And then they say, "What?" And then R-Truth goes, "Okay, you can what me." I thought that was pretty retarded. But R-Truth then decides to show everyone a slideshow of him attending Disneyland in Photoshop form. R-Truth shows photos of him meeting Mickey Mouse, some duck, and then Pinocchio. And let me tell you about that, that was pretty funny. R-Truth says, Wade Barrett says he would win the Royal Rumble. Then the picture of Pinocchio's nose goes bigger and bigger. Then R-Truth comes back and says, I don't even think that's PG. That cracked me up for a second. Ha! Continuing on, The Miz bashes R-Truth from behind. Then Sheamus comes out. Then Teddy Long comes out and says John Laurinaitis gave him the power to do a 4-man over the top rope battle royal, and yeah, that basically means whoever wins is going to lose the Royal Rumble. So R-Truth won, and let's move on to the next match. Justin Roberts announces the special guest announcer Perez Hilton. Now, before the person even came out, I didn't even know who it was. I thought it was Paris Hilton's sister, but boy was I wrong. But it's just a dumb actor or a story writer or some crap like that. So he announces a Divas tag team match between Kelly and Alicia Fox versus the Bella Twins. 52-second match. Kelly won. Ha ha ha. If Divas matches can go short, I can review their matches short. Moving on, John Cena's backstage upset with John Laurinaitis about Zack Ryder competing while he is injured. So then I think John Laurinaitis booked a match between John Cena and Jack Swagger. The bell rings, and it's pretty much a squash match. John Cena beats Jack Swagger outside, put his back into the steel stairs, takes one of the steel stairs off, puts Jack Swagger lying down on the steel step, gets the other half of the steel step, and then bang! Kane's pyro goes off. Kane's on the Titantron, talking about Cena embracing the hate, and he's finally getting it. And then Kane does his pyro motion, but it was a bit of a delay, and it looked retarded. Next match was the Funkasaurus Brodus Clay going up against JTG. Pretty short and simple match. I enjoyed it. Brodus Clay said sheeplexed. His new move is called the Funk Hit. And yeah, next match. Daniel Bryan comes out and he does the second best promo I've seen on Raw tonight. And he talks about how Big Show injured AJ and how AJ is hurt and will never be the same again. Then says Big Show never apologized and he was crying, but it wasn't real tears, it was crocodile tears. He then makes his way down the ring, and here we go. We start off the 6-man tag. Bryan and Dolph started it off, and Dolph was working on Daniel Bryan's leg after Daniel Bryan made a mistake while trying to jump over Dolph Ziggler. Dolph worked on Daniel Bryan's leg for a couple of minutes until Daniel Bryan got the hot tag and tagged in CM Punk. CM Punk gets eventually stopped by David Otunga, and then CM Punk is desperate for a tag. Chris Jericho leans over, asking, begging, pleading for a tag. CM Punk makes the tag. Jericho gets in the ring. He's asking for everyone to cheer for him. He's trying to get everyone to cheer for him so he can get fired up. He tries to see who can make the loudest crowd reaction. He puts his hand out to the left, to the right, in the middle, everywhere. Michael Cole states he hasn't been in the ring for a year and a half now. Chris Jericho looks like he's about to do the lion salt, but then he just tags in Daniel Bryan and walks out. Everyone's booing him. Some people are laughing. The commentators are laughing. No one knows what's going on. Chris Jericho goes, "Oh yeah!" And now it's only CM Punk and Daniel Bryan versus David Otunga, Mark Henry, and Dolph Ziggler. CM Punk starts working on one of the people in the ring. Daniel Bryan gets Mark Henry's attention. He slaps him in the face, and then Daniel Bryan tries to walk away while Mark Henry is following after him. And then the vintage car crash noise was sounded, and out comes Mick Foley. Mick Foley makes his way down the ramp, gets up on the apron. He asks CM Punk to tag him. He tells the referee that John Laurinaitis says it's okay for him to be CM Punk's tag team partner. CM Punk does the hot tag to Mick Foley. Mick Foley comes in and he bashes up David Otunga, and then he gives him the vintage DDT. Straight after that, the mandible claw. Otunga passes out, and the winners are Mick Foley, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, and Chris Jericho. But just as I said that, John Laurinaitis comes out and says Mick Foley was never given the chance to be in that match. So, John Laurinaitis reversed the decision, and the winners are Mark Henry, Dolph Ziggler, and David Otunga. CM Punk wasn't happy about that, and here is your third best promo of tonight's Raw. CM Punk says John Laurinaitis is obviously jealous of CM Punk because when John Laurinaitis was a wrestler, he had the look, but he couldn't wrestle shit, is basically what he meant. Then Punk talks about Road Warrior Animal, saying he was the better brother out of them two, and says John Laurinaitis is roadkill, and basically just runs him to the ground. Punk leaves, Mick Foley decides to rub it in, John Laurinaitis gets upset and decks him with the microphone. Then says he will screw CM Punk in the WWE Championship match at the Royal Rumble, and there's nothing he can do about it. My overall opinion of tonight's Raw, I give it around a 7 or an 8 out of 10. I thought it was the better Raws out of this year, by far, and I can't wait until next week's Go Home show. So I hope you all enjoyed it. If so, like, comment, subscribe, whatever. And looks like I'm about to end. Thanks for the support, and I'm out.